all of you. Today's your lesson is matter in our surroundings. You can ask me a question, what is matter? Anything which occupies a space and mass. That is called matter. For example, air, water, milk, oil, cloth, ice, sand, sugar, petrol, kerosene, coal, copper, gold, alcohol, carbon dioxide, etc. If we look around us, we can see a large number of things of different sizes, shapes and textures. Many of things are used by us in our daily life. For example, we eat food, we drink water, bathe in air, wear clothes, we use table and chair for studying, bed for sleep. We also see other human beings. There are various animals, plants and trees around us. The things like food, water, air, clothes, table, chair, human beings, animals, plants, trees are example of matter. I like to say that matter is only conditions for something to be matter are that it should occupies space and have mass. Now, the things like friendship, love, affections, hatred, good manners, through ideas, taste and smell, etc. do not occupy the space and don't have mass for some the points of view of chemistry. Things like friendship, love, affection, hatreds, good manners through ideas, taste and smell, not considered matter. Matter can be classified in a number of ways. Ancient Indian philosophers said that all the matters, which was called that time padarthas, living or non-living, was made of 5 basic elements, which was called Panch Tattva. According to a poet, Chiti Jal Pavak Gagan Samir. Chiti Jal Pavak Gagan Samira Panch Tat Yah Adham Sarira. It is a line of our epics. It means air, water, fire, sky and earth are basic elements of our half body. Modern days, scientists classifies matter into two ways: on the basis of physical properties and on the basis of chemical properties. On the basis of physical properties, matter is classified as solid, liquid, and gases. In this chapter, we will study the classification of matter in the basis of the physical properties. The classification of matter on the basis of its chemical properties will be described in the next chapter. Everything around us is made of tiny pieces or particles. Our body is made of particles. Our chair is made of particles. Our table is made of particles, and this book is also made of particles. The number of particles is everything is, however, very large. For example, a small raindrop, water drop, certain about 10 to the power 21st particles of water. A drop of water particles. A drop of water has 10 to the power 21st particles. The particles which made of matter are also small, that we cannot see them even with a high powered microscope. Even without seeing all the matter, we have certain evidence which tell us that all the things or all the matter is made of tiny particles which was present on the earth. We will now give some of the evidence which clearly show that all the matter is made of tiny particles. This evidence also shows that the particles which made up the matter are constantly moving. The particles which make of matter are atom or molecules. The particles the evidence for the existence of particles in matter, and that motion comes from the experiments on diffusion and Brownian motion. It is easy to explain what happens in several experiments if we believe that matter is made of any tiny particles which are in motion. But without the concept of particles, things become very difficult to explain. We will now describe some simple experiments like dissolving of a solid in liquid, mixing of two gases, and movement of pollen grain in water, which can only be explained by assuming that all matters is made of tiny particles which are constantly moving. Dissolving a solid in a liquid. Now you take experiment. You should be take a beaker and pull some water in it and mark on it. As for example, potassium permanganate is a purple colored solid substance and water is a colorless liquid. So we will first studying the dissolving of potassium permanganate in water. When a crystal of potassium permanganate dropped in water, it dissolved slowly from water on its own, even without stirring. The spreading color of potassium permanganate in the whole water of beaker can be explained as follows. Because water is colorless and potassium permanganate is a purple color. When it dropped and dissolving slowly motion, then we found that some potassium permanganate, which is crystal, and water are made up of tiny particles. The particles of potassium permanganate are purple colored, where the particle of water are colorless. When potassium permanganate crystal is put in water, its particle separate from one another. This purple potassium permanganate spread throughout water, making the whole water look purple. Actually, on dissolving, the particles of potassium permanganate gained into the space between the particles of water. In this experiment, the particles of potassium permanganate and those of water mixed on their own without any external stirring. Since the particles of potassium permanganate and particles of water appeared into each other and mix up on their own, it is concluded that they are moving or they are in motion. When we see this as the spreading of purple color upward in the beaker of water, as so In if the particles were not moving, the color could not appear throughout the beaker on its own. This movement of different particles among each other so that they come mixed uniformly is called diffusion. We will now discuss the case of sugar dissolving in water. Also, as like things which is dissolved in water, salt, something, when sugar is added to water and stirring, it dissolves quickly. The sugar seems to disappear. You ask me a question: what happened to the sugar when it dissolves in water? Where does the sugar go? We can explain how the sugar dissolve and disappear in water by using the idea of particles. Both sugar and water are made up of very small particles. These particles are also small to see even under a microscope. When sugar dissolved, tiny sugar particles break off from each solid sugar granule. These sugar particles go into the space between the particles of water and mix with them. So the sugar solution will taste sweet even though we can not see the sugar in it. Please, note that in this experiment, we have dissolved sugar in water by stirring. This has been done just to dissolve the sugar quickly. Even we don't see a stir, sugar will dissolve in water, but quite slowly. Also, you take a salt and do as so. Now, mixing of two gases. Air is a colorless gas. When gas jar is empty, it is actually filled with air. This is because since air is colorless, we cannot see. It is the gas of. It is gas in it. It is in the gas jar. Bromine is a red-brown liquid. It from various easily to explain that it is vapor. Bromine vapor is red-brown in color and it is heavier than air. Let us perform the experiment now. A gas jar containing air in placed upside down on a gas jar of bromine vapor. If you have any problem, you can ask me question by WhatsApp. Today I like to end your class. Thank you.